All right, welcome to episode 2 of Cheese is Cheese. And we're going to go over some advanced techniques with power stalls and air grids. So imagine a situation where you're on two T2 powers and you get stranded or something. And now, you see here, both these have 864 mass. And if I try to do something like, okay, now I need to build a power generator. Everyone build this power generator. On 20 power, this is obviously like a very extreme scenario. But it does illustrate how devastating a power stall can be. This is like the first instinct. See, this shit just does not work, like at all. I'd be stuck here forever. But if you do something instead, and see, this will be even better because we're starting with like 0 power at this point. You start by building both right on top of the wreck. And look how it starts half done. You've gotten half the energy out of this. And then you reclaim. You can reclaim from one. And assist with the other. And you see how my economy, if anything, I could focus more on, I can go everything and on here now. And I have no real power stall. Okay. That was a little trick with P-gens. And the next trick is, well, this is going to be resource agnostic, so assuming we're just going to give ourselves a paragon here. And T3. And we're going to see if it's better to build T3 factories in an air grid situation or to build T1 factories. And see, this combined is about a 65 build power. And we're going to give this a handicap. We're going to do, what is that? 30 build power. So we're going to try. Excuse me. Need this bad boy first. Getting an air grid like so. You know what? This is not. I gotta be. Both these things need to be in position. Okay, there we go. An air grid like so. There's that. And let's see which group. See, this is half the build power. Which group gets to T3 first? You queue this up, and then you just do an assist move on the ground right in the center. And obviously, T1 air fact, very cheap, very quick. And you have these upgrading themselves. And also, this combined is 312 mass. This is legitimately half the mass. Then once again, I'm gonna break 2 and see that assist move. So I didn't even need to micro it, and they're gonna start to upgrade the factories around themselves. And the first T3 air factory is won by the 2 T3 engineers. See, also, this isn't even perfect because we have this splitting. But the reason you place down the T1 factories and let them upgrade themselves is you're using their own build power. So this right now, T2 factor is 40 build power. That's all going into this. This has 40 build power. This only has 20 at this point. Also, keep in mind, this is half the build power, half the cost. So they got two T3 factories here. And, you know, discounting the fact that, you know, you have to use a nice factory to build these. So you got our first T3 factory. But look at how close this is with legitimately half the mass cost. 312 mass, 624, and less than half the build power. This is all done. This is all done. So I'd call that almost a tie. And using half the build power, half everything, all you need to do is just queue up the upgrades.